In Krapp's last tape, the scene is described as follows. Krapp's den, front centre, a small table, the two drawers of which open towards the audience, and table and immediately adjacent area in strong white light. Rest of stage in darkness. The light and dark of the setting is important in continuing the themes of light and dark that run throughout the play. As is pointed out in the Faber Critical Guide series book on Beckett, where John Fletcher, professor and author of at least 2 other publications about Beckett, notes that there are metaphysical reasons for the light-dark dichotomy. This is explained by Beckett's biographer, James Knowlson, as being a further expression of Beckett's concern with humankind's basic dualism, the Cartesian separation of mind and body. Professor Knowlson is also quoted as explaining that the incompatibility of sense and spirit and of Krapp's attempts to reconcile them intellectually is seen embodied in the play in frequent images of light and dark, of eyes opening and closing, of light, fire and clear water on the one hand, and of darkness, mist and heat on the other. The white light shining over the recording area of the table also highlights the idea of being on stage, performing in the lit area. The setting is entirely Krapp's own space, his own den. The alcove where he consumes his alcohol is out of sight. I'm not sure why, but that reminds me of the obscene in classical Greek theatre, where death or obscene actions would take place off stage, out of sight of the audience. The tape machine is static in position. It's not portable. He doesn't take it into the fields to record birds singing. The stage reflects the privacy and intimacy of the recordings. In Krapp's private space, he reveals his private thoughts, almost like someone sitting on the toilet taking a private bowel movement, literally dumping his bodily waste products. Krapp is in his own private room dumping his verbal crap from his brain. The highly visual reference of Krapp with a banana in his mouth sticking out alludes to the verbal crap that he speaks during the course of the play. It is therefore extremely important in the play that the room is a private room away from public eyes and ears. That the setting of a private room is important in highlighting the themes of the play and exposing aspects of Krapp's character, such as keeping bananas in his drawer, doesn't mean that the setting can't be experimented with to see if it can be used to highlight other areas of meaning or create a meaning more relevant or understandable to a contemporary audience. Here are my 3 ideas about how the setting could be changed to create other layers of meaning. 1. Beneath the trapdoor of a circus stage show. When Krapp goes off to drink in the original script, in this version, he goes off stage to go on stage to take part as a clown in a circus stage show. This highlights the aspect of Krapp's character behaving and looking like a clown. The light and dark theme would be further extended by the contrast of the circus show in the light and the private thoughts released onto tape in an area of overall darkness, but with a light shining over the recording area. The idea that Krapp is performing on the tape performing to the audience, and then performing in a circus stage show. The circus stage show doesn't need to be hidden. It could be the stage is split into 2 levels with clowns and tumbling on top, and then the underbelly of the stage being the area where Krapp records his tapes. The contrast between the fun clown on top and the unhappy, disillusioned clown beneath would accentuate Krapp's sadness, his regrets, and make for engaging theatre. On the toilet. I can't help imagining this play taking place while Krapp sits on a toilet. Instead of the recordings being done on a reel-to-reel tape, take the dialogue and reposition it as Instagram posts or reels. When Krapp reviews his old recordings, they are shown on a huge screen above him. Changing the set in this way makes it more identifiable for current audiences, and it also underlines the expulsion of verbal waste matter from Krapp's mouth. It underlines the theme of exposure, privacy unveiled, and lends the sense of the audience being observers or voyeurs of very private actions and thoughts. For my last setting, I'm flicking through various images in my mind, a park, bench, a church, a recording studio. What if Krapp was a solo artist in a recording studio? How would this change the dynamics? Recording on a tape is in itself a performative action. Setting the scene in Krapp's one-man recording studio would highlight this aspect of the play. I wonder if he could fiddle about with drum beats in the background of what he's recording. If the whole play could be about listening back and performing, could it be in a rap style or spoken vocals over an ambient dance beat perhaps? This would highlight the poetry in the writing and the repetition of certain words and phrases in the text, the different rhythms. Just as for an audience in the 50s, seeing a man on stage using this newly available technical equipment would have been very engaging, I believe transposing the play into this setting would recreate that sense of engagement and wonderment for a contemporary audience. In all 3 of the settings that I've just mentioned, Krapp's character would be unchanged. The idea would be to accentuate the character that Krapp is in the play, in the original play, and to accentuate the themes in the play that are already clearly defined in the original. But it is only in the actual practice that the full extent of the repercussions of changing the set could be established. It is also only then that it can be observed what lesser themes are accentuated and what other themes come into play. Changing one major element of the production will have spontaneous and exciting creative repercussions which cannot be foreseen. With the text unchanged, the play would still feel absurd, but could possibly be more engaging, entertaining, and understandable for the contemporary audience. I would recommend the changing of the set to Krapp's own recording studio, with him making dance tracks based in the 1990s. I believe this set change would help to highlight the performative action of recording oneself on tape to a contemporary audience who is used to recording themselves most of the time. The private home studio setup with an array of buttons and synths would give the affair a similar sense of occasion to the original production, but the addition of music would highlight the poetry in the language and make it more accessible. But to be honest, Beckett's estate probably wouldn't allow any of this.